Hello, you. It's the 26th week of lockdown, I think, and everything continues fine and normal, doing well. I continue to be productive and useful. I've been mixing These Skeletons, which is a track that I will be releasing very soon. Gareth sent me his final guitar parts this week, so I've been working on those, trying to get those ready. This song is fun. It's sort of a straight ahead rock song. You know, it's all in 4/4, D minor and A minor. It's in got a verse, chorus, middle bit, chorus sort of structure. So sort of normal rock song structure. It's a good track, I think. But is it prog, sir? What? You're supposed to be a progressive rock artist. Every song needs to break new ground. If it's all in 4/4 and follows a verse chorus format, is it prog? Wilson's right. This song needs to be more avant-garde. Maybe I can move the guitar parts around so they're out of time, and put all the drums to one side in the headphones and reversed. And rather than a guitar solo, maybe something else, some sort of percussion or something. Yeah. Let's make it prog.
These skeletons ain't coming out for no one. These skeletons ain't coming out for nobody. Ain't coming out for nobody.
What do you think now, Wilson? Is it prog now? Oh, it's avant-garde, sir. It's progressive. Yes, that's prog rock. Excellent. Although, what about a 30-minute flute solo? That's a great idea. Do I know anyone who can play the flute? So this week has been mostly about finishing off and mixing this song, Skeletons. Straight ahead rock song, big loud guitars, all that sort of stuff. Gareth sent me his final guitar parts. So we've got Gareth on lead guitar, Keith on bass, Michael on drums, and me doing the rest. I really like having other people play on my songs because they just write parts that I wouldn't. You know, my demo bass guitar was just sort of straight root notes and that sort of thing. You know, I can play that all right, but Keith is way more creative, some really interesting melodic ideas, and sort of become a central part of the song rather than just a bit of background, which is, all my bass playing really is. Great stuff from the other guys too. Gareth's guitar solo is sort of straight ahead rock stuff, which I can't play. I think technically I'm probably capable. I just, if I try a straight ahead rock solo, it never sounds quite as rocky as other rock players. So my solos tend to be different. I've got my own style, which is fair enough, but wasn't quite right. My style wouldn't be right for these solos. So that's good. So parts finished, and then the final sort of stuff is mixing. Definitely possible to overthink mixing, definitely possible to overdo mixing. You need to let your ears rest. I got to a stage yesterday where I just couldn't hear whether stuff was good or not. And with mixing and with recording, you end up doing stuff where you're really paying attention to tiny little details. Like Gareth had to redo his solo just so the last note was, maybe half a second longer because that's what it needed. We've had back and forth about what the lead vocal should sound like. But those conversations don't contain any sort of technical musical vocab, because actually there's not a lot of technical musical vocab for notions of tone and feel and style, because most technical vocab comes from classical music, where they're not recording. So a lot of the tiny things that, to be honest, you don't notice in live performance, you do notice in recording. So there's loads of stuff about whether the vocal should be a bit more snarly or a bit more deadpan. You have to talk in metaphors because there isn't really much technical way to talk about what you're trying to get at. Although I suppose a lot of musical terminology is metaphor anyway. The pitch will be higher or lower. Well, no, it isn't. It's not higher in space or lower in space. That's a term about space. If pitch is higher, it's actually got a greater frequency. So it might be more sensible to talk about that. You need a higher frequency notes here, lower frequency notes. I don't know. I digress. Then other little details have been things like sculpting out a little tiny bit, a little notch in the EQ for the rhythm guitars to get the vocal to shine through, putting the vocal through a bit of a send that's got a sort of the kind of sort of compression and saturation that you might get on a cheap vocal PA, because it's a straight ahead rock song. It should have that slightly dirty sound to it. So trying to get that sort of stuff sorted, hi hat a little bit quieter, all these little details that your average normal person listening to it isn't going to think, oh, that particular detail's a bit off, but they're going to notice the effect. So yeah, it's all been about details and about mixing. I think we're pretty much there. So Skeletons will be out for Bandcamp subscribers first, and probably not very long until that is the case. And then the rest of the world gets to hear it at some point. I don't know. I mean, if you're not subscribing to me on Bandcamp, you're basically scum, aren't you? You can wait. I should probably cut that line, shouldn't I? I'll cut that line. You won't hear that. So yeah, new music soon. Thanks for listening.